So here is a landing slide. Here is a second landing slide. Hi, I'm Martin. I am working at Canonical at the rocks team, and let me tell you a little bit about what rocks are. A compulsory, although maybe not that compulsory slide about me, lightning talk, so lightning about me. I have an adorable cat, and I'm a chemist. I used to work with arsenic. It was fun. Okay, what are rocks? If you've never heard of rocks, this is the one thing I want you to take away, which is OCI-compliant, Ubuntu-based container images. By the way, obviously, please take away more than just that. But this is the key bit. So when you do your Docker run blah, the blah could be a rock. What goes into a rock? So first of all, we have rockcraft, which is one of the many a family of craft tools, and we use rockcraft to make rocks. You've got the kind of whole declarative power of craft applications with it, and you also get the pluggable isolated backend that we actually share with Spread. Spread is also Canonical's testing tool. Now, one of the things that we really care about with rocks is security and image size. And so to that extent, I said already that we are Ubuntu-based. We can also create so-called bare rocks. So there's an asterisk there because I guess if they're bare rocks, like if you know anything about images, there's nothing in them. Like, what do you mean Ubuntu-based? We can have the same layout, right? And we're also using Ubuntu as a build base, so we're kind of compliant with how Ubuntu likes to have its files organized. We also have a tool called Chisel, which is really cool. That's actually a tool I work with quite a lot. And Chisel is designed to take slices of depth packages. So, for example, imagine that you're, writing your Flask application, and you're like, well, I want to deploy it. I want to deploy it in a container, obviously, right? Because it would be nice. But you don't need core utils, shell. You don't need so many things in that container, right? So ideally, you just want Python, and in fact, maybe you don't even need all of Python. Maybe you just need like that little bit of standard library and that little bit of presumably Flask, right? So it's a way of making sure that your images are smaller and therefore more secure, because obviously somebody gets into your image and there's no shell. Oops. We also have Pebble, which is our PID1. This allows you to have services inside of a container, very useful for debugging and for monitoring. So a little bit about how rocks are actually built. So if you know any craft tools, then this is same idea. You've got a bunch of parts. Here they are in red, green, and blue. And there is there's 6 steps. You pull in your sources. There's an overlay step, which is the only step where you can actually modify what's the base layer. So if you've got full base, like full Ubuntu file system, then that's where you can tinker with it. I actually usually don't interact with that stuff very much, because what we try to do is we try to have bare rocks. The kind of official canonical images try to be as as chiseled or as sliced as possible. Then there's the build step. Build step is what you would imagine the build step is. This is your go build, cargo build, whatever. Stage is where it all comes together into one file system. And then there is also prime, which is like a pair step where you can also do like final adjustments. Sometimes some things depend on other parts, and this is usually where you want to put this. And of course, pack, you create your final artifact. Click it. Thank you. The final rock layout, we are compatible with OCI. So the stuff on the left is kind of generally, in fact, what it used to be, right? So we used to have our manifest, which points at oral blobs, including there's a bunch of config, there's a bunch of layers. What we actually do is we actually squash it all down into a single file system, and we drop in one more layer with a little bit of metadata, which is actually in the image itself. This is a very small, very small JSON file, right? Like, it's very human readable. Yeah, that's, lightning go through rocks. I will be here tomorrow at the unconference bit if you want to, see some demos. If you have, maybe you've built rocks, you want to ask me some questions, I will hopefully be able to help you. I don't know where the booth demo is going to be. Presumably in a booth. I don't know where the booth is. We shall find out tomorrow, I guess. Also, you can put QR codes into Stable Diffusion, and I've made a repo where I've put a bunch of examples. I'll put more examples. Yeah, I have 5 seconds left. This is the fastest I've ever done this.